We are live. The American Red Devils recapping a hell of a second half here. Manchester United 2, Spurs 2. It's the draw. How are we feeling, sir? Your reactions right off the jump. The lit header at the death. United needed that.
Late drama. I wish we had picked up all 3 points. It looked like an absolute capitulation, collapse headed into the international break, but it's an important one. I think United were better in the first half, more controlled. Obviously, we didn't create a ton, but we also limited them. Second half, much more. Spurs getting after us. Lamens had a bunch of big saves. I thought the first wave of subs controlled it kind of midway through the second half, helped them slow down Spurs a little bit. But then Benjamin had a couple big chances. Šeško probably should have buried one of them. He goes down injured. We played in the last 15 minutes, a man down. Could see 2 goals, and once again, could see 2 goals in quick succession, which we've seen 2 games in a row. But most importantly, snatch a late winner. I'm basically a man down. I think we're showing good grit. This is not last year's team. Last year's team loses 2-1, maybe 3-1, and to get this point on the road and even just stop the slide as it relates to just losing to Spurs time and time again. It's an important point, and it's an important kind of momentum push to keep the ball rolling. Unbeaten streak continues. 5 games unbeaten, heading into the national break. I wanted to win. I hate Spurs.
No, this is incredible. I mean, we were to go for 1-0 to killing the game. Spurs were pushing the second half. I agree. Then the subs, the Šeško injury, we're down to 10 men to concede to Richarlison. Ugarte plays him onside. Madness. That was 2-1 to Spurs, and losing that way is devastating. And then to get this, the get back for De Ligt is huge. Tell turned him pretty bad for that goal. He did get a boot to it and deflected it, but to find something out of nothing, down a man, away at Spurs, 2-2. I hate, some draws, like the Nottingham Forest felt like points lost. This feels like points won. I felt like the manager did well today. The team did well today. We deserve this. Tottenham, don't like you. See you later. It's a away performance, but this is huge. It's absolutely huge for Manchester United to find something there late, because Spurs getting you 2-1, that record that we got against them recently is just a bad taste in our mouth. And I feel like this team found something and is fighting hard late in matches. We're finding points. There's something here. I mean, it sucks. We wanted all 3. We want that smooth 90.
You ain't getting that.
But this is a hell of a winner. You and me are breaking equipment in the pod bunker, celebrating 2-2. It's not a winner, but it's the tying goal. It's unbelievable. Team performance, so I'm absolutely buzzing. I'm buzzing for the lads. This is incredible.
Yeah, I think people overreact probably the negative. I think this is definitely something that you should take a positive from.
If you love football, you love this game. No. You love it. It's there was everything you got. Your heart was in the gutter. Your heart was in the gutter. 2-1, down a man. Come on, let's go.
Conceding poor goals. To be fair, conceded poor goals. I thought they had better chances. Some of the saves the Lamens made earlier in the second half, those felt like more clear-cut chances. De Ligt should do better, but he redeemed himself with that late goal. Great late goal from him. Unbelievable header into the back of the net. And this is massive. It's massive because it keeps the unbeaten streak alive. It gets a point where it could have easily been no points gained. Obviously would have want to take the win away. We should have got probably a United team that's truly where we want it to be. They win this game 1-0, maybe 2-0 and hold it out. Spurs had too much of the ball, too many chances in that second half. We dropped our head, but I think, how do you respond to it? Time and time again, we've seen this Manchester United side, when they get punched in the mouth, they hang their head and they just capitulate even more. Today, once again, and we've seen that a number of times this season, they've stepped up in that moment and found a way to grit it through. This was a man-down goal in the box corner late away against a team that's had our number. It's an important point, and because we're still in the hunt, I think we're right behind them on points. They're just crushing us on goal differential. But the top of the table is tight outside of number 1, and we're right in the mix. And we got some more winnable games coming. 2 tough. I think Forest, I know, are in the mud, but Spurs and Forest have been challenging for Manchester United historically in the last couple of years. Even to get 2 points away, remember they're both away. That's not bad. I would have liked a victory. I think today was even more winnable, but it feels like a 0.1 versus 2 points lost.
No, absolutely. And, everybody, if you like the American Red Devils, please like and subscribe to the channel. Get in the chat. Let us know. We got a few comments here. D. Cole, Delo, right wing back, Dogu, left wing back, Bruno moves up to 10, and Kobe gets game time. They're arguing about getting Kobe Mainu in there.
think we could have used them at parts of this second half because we couldn't.
Hovland says shit performance keeps sending us to Tottenham. Guap says only game time Kobe is getting is on loan somewhere. Same with Xerxes. Look, come on, we won. Let's go. Like, get us your comments about the match. Let's go.
It feels like a win. It feels like a win.
I don't like. Okay, there's
people are pissed. People are pissed.
There's draws that are wins, and there's draws that are like
losses. Like last week was a loss.
As an American, there are no draws. Like there's
they don't exist.
There's draws with good. If this isn't a draw to the good, I don't know what it like. We were in the gutter. Tottenham 2-1. Manchester United blow it late. The manager bottled the subs. Seshko gets injured.
Right.
The narrative, like clobbering you over the head at international break, and instead Delit shows some dog late in the game, late winner, Fergie time. It's everything that United should be. It's everything this team needs to be. It's us against the world, and this is how you create a team. This is how you go on a run. Is that you win like this. You steal it at the end, and I feel like this is great for the squad. It's great for the vibes. It's what this manager needs. It's what this team needs, and we're seeing this. This is something that we saw this team lay down and die for 3 years.
3 whole years.
3 years?
3 whole years.
3 years we saw them lay down and die. This team is getting off the mat. They're getting knocked down. They're getting back up. And that is the difference at Manchester United. And that's what we want to see. That's what this badge is about. It's about being relentless. And this team's showing a little magic here. And so it's been a brutal run. But you have to say last 5 unbeaten, 3 wins, 2 draws. 2 draws away, Tottenham being the one that makes you feel better. Nottingham Forest a little mashed potatoes, but we go into international break on good form. Vibes are high, and it's about the next run of fixtures that we have. And you know, looking at the table, you can't complain. Positive 1 goal differential,
hey, baby.
Sitting in 7th as it stands. Like, come on, we should be buzzing about this. You're not going to get everything you want for Christmas. Come on.
You're not going to win every game. That guy with the afro is not getting a haircut anytime soon. 5 in a row. What are you, crazy? Should have gone 5 unbeaten. I have to agree. I mean, let's talk about the positives. Lamens, great game once again. I think he had a bunch of big saves early in that second half that kept us kind of in it until late. The resiliency once again in Bumo to Ahmad, that connect, that thing is growing and growing, that partnership. And that's great to see. And Bumo probably the signing of the summer, like bar none in the Premier League. Unbelievable. He gets another goal. Ahmad, his link up was great. Great cross in. Cunha didn't have his best game. I thought, Mount did some good things when he came on. Delit actually played well until he gave up that Cell goal. And he redeemed himself. He redeemed himself in a major way. Getting that goal late, United's back against the wall, thinking about crisis mode once again. You're only 1 game away from crisis in this league, especially if you're Manchester United. Maybe if you're not Liverpool, you could do no wrong. But for us, this would have been catastrophe because the press would have just fucking gasoline on the fire.
By the way, there are some fans that are pissed. So let's go through the game.
I'm a little pissed. Part of me is a little pissed.
Let's go through the time. I'm trying to take the positive. Jorge says, "Is John being positive?" Yes,
he is. Jorge, yes, he is. I'm proud of him. I
call balls and strikes. I tell you when it's good. By the way, Nottingham Forest, that wasn't that great of a game. People are shining that up. This game is better. There's a lot here for the long term versus Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest was almost capitulation again. Here we go. First half, dominant performance. Tottenham had basically no chances. We were all over them. And Bumo, great header goal. Just the first 45, that's great football. Manager made adjustments. He dropped Sheshko, put Ahmad in the front 3, looked better. Moved Mbumo to the left. That took some cojones. The attack looked like it was gelling. Bringing in Dogu, Mazraoui, we look better. It's like this.
Dogu.
When you have a system, you can make these changes and the team still plays well. The manager did that. So kudos to him. He got the first 11 right. Then you get in the second half. Spurs start growing into it. He starts making changes. Sesko on, Mazraoui off. Don't necessarily love this change from the manager because less is more when you're playing well, but I felt like it invited some pressure, but he's trying to go bang, bang, counter.
Right.
And then here's the one where it's too many changes in the 72nd. Mount, Euro, Ugarte. Ugarte's also one of those nervy. Yeah. And this hurts us, these subs, and then he brings off Delo on, Dogu off. So
Dogu got the yellow. Dogu just got the yellow. You didn't want him to get sent off. And then, of course, we ended up playing with 10 men.
The issue here is the manager's making too many changes.
Well, that 3-banger was probably too much. I would have kept Casemiro on. Honestly, everyone calling for it doesn't make sense maybe in this context.
Well, Harry had the injury.
But like you needed someone to kind of like link up the midfield and help you get through that congested press that Spurs were putting on you. There's probably too many changes for sure. I think he could have run Casemiro till like late, and I think he should have because he was effective. He was breaking up play in the middle of the park. But then you're out of subs when Benjamin Sesko goes down with his big chance. Should have do better. Should at least get a shot out under his feet, and then he goes down injured, which is something to watch as well. Two big players, important players for us, Harry Maguire and Medved Šeško, both injured headed into the international break.
Yeah, and look, we're going to figure out how those injuries stand, but realistically, the Tell's goal, that was De Ligt got turned. Shaw could have come and helped a little better. He did get a boot to it. You got to give him credit there. And then the one that's really unforgivable is this Richarlison header goal. Set piece, Ugarte keeps him on side. That's sort of why Ugarte's a liability. He just is. Right now, he's just put him on the pitch.
Yeah.
I like him on the pitch with 2-goal lead. You know, this right here is too much. I like Mount, put on Euro, do Ugarte for Casemiro. Casemiro's got to start finishing these games.
I think that was it. It's like he hasn't basically played 90 minutes, and he's usually taken off the 60th minute. So the fact that he ran to the 72nd, anytime you're doing 3 subs at once and you're winning is probably a bad sign. You know, it's probably just too many changes. We were
especially with
not
a 1-goal
great coming out
lead
of the second half. I think less is more in this occasion, but Casemiro, we lost our control. Ugarte's got all over the place. Mount was good. He's often pressing. We had actually, like I'm telling you, because they were really putting us under pressure those opening 20 minutes up until that Benjamin Šeško sub. But he had a couple big chances. He was not quite as sharp as we've seen. His buildup was actually all right. It's just that when he would get on, one-on-one with goal, there was one where he should have done quite a lot better. But he got injured. Either way, it's frustrating in some ways, but it's also encouraging. It's like nothing's ever going to be completely perfect. Progress is not a straight line, and this is an classic error. United of like the subs and the bunchy goal conceded.
The manager made a mistake. You cannot run all your subs in the 80th minute.
Yeah.
88th, 87th, 90th. I've never seen a team play like down 10 men because they ran out of subs for 15 minutes like United did. This was an error from the manager. And by the way, when were the goals scored? That's the manager's going to get killed for that. He's going to get killed for that if you lose this game. And so he made a mistake. He will not make this mistake again.
He did.
He didn't need to bring Delo on for Dogu here. You have to save this one until maybe the 88th because of the injury threat. And then Šeško would have been injured. We would have been able to bring someone else on. And probably this goal doesn't go in. You don't lose the game if you don't have this sub issue. So the manager bottled that. But he got a lot right. He got a lot right with the 11. I thought the initial subs made sense. I thought he lost it with this 80th minute one. And you're seeing a team going in the right direction. And then you get the De Ligt goal. And that's all you need to know is that these guys are fighting for the badge. There is that team spirit. And like that's what we've been missing. It's like the Ten Hag, he ran that out of us. His soulless just crushed that. And you're starting to see these players post Brentford like showed fight. That Sunderland game, it was like, okay, this team's down. And the players fought for the manager and they continue to fight. And that's just what this team has always needed. They needed togetherness. They needed a spirit. We got the bad players out from last year, the bad apples. And when you start seeing a team fight in late in games and never say and die, which is the Manchester United way, that is a new theme here. And you have to look at that and be like, hey, draw's not great, but you're starting to see something. There's like a spark we haven't seen in a long time. It's been soulless. This team has been selfish and individualized and gave up. This team is not giving up, and that's something encouraging for me as a Manchester United fan.
And they look like a team. I think that's the most important thing that you mentioned is that at the end of the day, we've seen a collection of individuals. Put 11 players together, you don't get more than the sum of its parts, and I think the team is rallying together as a unit. They're fighting for each other. We did some things that we've seen time and time again, right? The bunch of just in the goals. He definitely made some mistakes in terms of the subs, but to come and fight back and get that late goal, it changes everything. We were a man down. Once again, we look very dangerous on corners. It's unbelievable what happened there. Whoever the new set piece coach is doing something right. And you talked about that. Is like if you're winning, if you're scoring goals off corners, if you're defending well off corners, that kind of speaks to how much dog you have in the squad. We have a lot more dog in this squad than we did last year. Let's get into the XG. So they did edge us, but they had some of those big chances late. This is right coming in that second half where they had that big chance.
First half's even. Lamens stood tall as well. That we're not talking too much about that, but he made 2 critical saves to get us in this position to win it. This was it always needed another goal from Manchester United. Like, I feel like now we should talk about Šeško. Get in the chat. Let us know if you have any questions or comments about the game. Jorge says, I miss bad vibes, John. I don't recognize this guy. LOL.
I like it.
Call
Jorge.
it straight.
I like it.
I'm just a contrarian, I think. I just call it how I see it. And Maybach, lucky for a point, but we knew we'd equalize after that clown Richarlison took off his jersey and cried like he won the World Cup.
No, that's
Great point.
That's
Let's
a very
go.
good point.
And then D. Cole says it's at 60 to 70th minute mark that United struggles. And the manager hasn't gotten the subs right yet. We haven't gotten the full 90 right yet. But, you're finding something with these late winners. We should talk about the Šeško opportunities. He comes on as a sub, I think in the mid-50s. He has 2 chances. One that kind of pushes him wide onto his left foot. He tried to cut it back. I understand that one. That's not like crazy.
Yeah.
The one where he got injured on, I feel like the pass played into, if you watch it again, it kind of plays him into Van de Ven, and then it gives him the opportunity for the challenge. But he should know that. He should do better. But we're talking the margins are so thin. We haven't had a number 9 who's going to get a pass in that area, like body someone off and just like slice it down. But we want that. He isn't that. He's got to have time to get used to the league. Now, he's injured, so I'm not going to slate the guy. But maybe I'm biased to Šeško. I think there's something there, but he should be shooting these on target. At the very least, one of those has to go on target as a striker. If you're going to get the ball in space, last man, you need to beat somebody, you got to get a shot off onto frame.
He should do better. That being said, he's putting himself in the right position. United are finding him in dangerous opportunities. He will do better. He's a young lad. He's coming to a hard league. That's like a total step up from Germany. And then he comes down with injury, which is a bummer because I thought some of his build-up play was pretty good. Took some of the pressure off United. He was linking up decently with Mbeumo. But you know what? The injury is a bummer, but he's going to get better and better, and you show the promise that he has. He's a beast. And some of this is also like the defense let him down. United should be doing better on those goals. We should not be conceding those goals. Those are soft goals to concede. And at the end of the day, that puts more pressure on the chances that Benjamin Šeško had because in some ways they shouldn't have mattered because we should have been able to hold out a 1-0 lead because they were putting us under pressure, but they weren't that. I thought the more threatening chances were those early chances that Lamens had to close upfront chance where he had to save one-on-one with the attackers. So either way, frustrated display from Benjamin Šeško. We'll see. Hopefully his injury is not too bad, but he's a young lad. He's getting himself in the right positions, and he will do better over time. I think Benjamin Šeško in a year or two buries one of those chances, no problem. That second one, he should take a touch and then bang first time, that is a goal. That is a goal to be had. It was a great opportunity, and somehow he doesn't even get a shot underneath him and gets injured. So just one of those days.
We'll be looking out for injuries. 2 critical ones: Harry Maguire, Benjamin Šeško, international break. But the biggest win today is the fact that the press isn't going to absolutely kill this team for 2 straight weeks.
They were ready.
We collapsed. The narrative: Manchester United lose 5 in a row against Tottenham. Manchester United, instead it's going to be about the grit, fighting back. Mbeumo, you look 2 for 2. Mbeumo, by the way, haven't talked about him.
Unbelievable player.
Signing of the summer, just absolute dot. He's winning headers. How tall is this guy?
He's like 5'7", 5'8".
Unbelievable header, by the way. Placed right. He's a dog. He scores goals. He's everything this team needs. He's the talisman, right? You look for an attack. Everyone's going to be killing Šeško. You don't need Šeško. You got Mbeumo. We looked amazing. Ahmad Mbeumo Cunha looked great. That. So obviously the target man number 9, Šeško's going to need time, but look at that front 3. It's scary. Ahmad is quick. Mbeumo scoring everywhere. Cunha's going to come good. I just feel like that attack is like a Manchester United attack. People are going to be afraid to play those 3. And that's a great feeling. You look at Tells, who's a Spurs guy. Richarlison, no one's afraid of those guys. We got dogs up front. And I'm just loving this. It's just getting started. We're just getting started with this attack.
And we have options, right? We did a different formation today. They played, out of the gates, Mbeumo, Cunha, and Ahmad.
Love that.
You could play Mount, right? If Mount was fit, his pressing would have been really valuable today.
Yeah, but no one gets excited about Mason Mount in the front 3.
Ahmad
and Cunha.
I know,
and Mbeumo,
but Mason Mount has actually looked really good with Mbeumo and Cunha. At times, Ahmad as well. He gets pushed up. Ahmad is in the defense.
But Ahmad's a little more exciting. That's all I'm saying.
The attack he's a Manchester United player, is what you're at. The signing that was a knockout of the
Run
park.
at him. Get him.
Since someone just come out of the gates, just like scoring goals. Cunha's been up and down. Benjamin Šeško's been up and down. But the fact that Mbeumo has just been like steady Eddie operator, excellent throughout. Another great goal, headed goal, by the way, for like a little lad. Also, he was doing some headed on chances in the second half with Benjamin Šeško. Benjamin was just a bit offside. But the fact that he could even create those chances at his size, playing against like tall center backs, says something about his grit and character. What he offers.
Amram's cooking. Amram's cooking with that attack.
This is a big point.
But like, think about it. You're like Ahmad, right wing back. It's like, I get it. You're trying to get him in Mbeumo one like with the overload on the right side, but it's like now you put him at the second 10 on the right, and you're like, wow, this looks deadly. And then Maz and Dogu are doing it's exciting when the manager makes the changes and we look better. Like, that's a big one from Amram. He's made a lot of changes. We look worse. That attack now, that front, that's like, he's cooking with that. I didn't see that coming. I thought he was going to be Ahmad right wing back. And then put him up front. Like, oh, he kills it.
That's the goal.
It's like unbelievable.
That was the goal.
Like, that's what we have to look at as fans is like, this manager, can he get there? Can he figure it out? And the answer is like, he's going in the right direction with this attack. Obviously, AFCON's going to just kill it. Don't want to get ahead of myself, but man, I look at this and say it's exciting. It's exciting from what the manager brought to the table, especially with the wing back changes, the attack, and it's like we just suck at the full 90 minutes. We suck at the full 90 minutes. We're not ready to win 1-0 yet.
No, that's true. That's a good way to put it. Because we drop our heads for times, but we also fight back. We fought back against Liverpool. We fought back against Brighton when they got that second goal and it was 3-2, and we fought back once again today. Even though some of these were self-inflicted errors, chances of goals that we shouldn't have conceded in the first place, you could argue both those instances I just mentioned, like the reason they got back in the game, United could have done better. That's going to happen for a team in transition that's learning. Like you said, Ruben Amram is going to get better and better. He is very much, you could see it versus a year ago. It's like he is learning on the job. He's getting smarter. He's making
very
mistakes.
Stubborn.
He's super
He's
stubborn.
very stubborn, but he's going the right direction
he's
now.
Learning. He is learning.
By the way, he wasn't going in the right direction.
The sub issue was because he was trying to avoid being down 10 men.
No, he still
because
likes
the guy
defenders.
was like happy to give us yellow cards with the Dogu yellow card. Like he didn't want a red, of course, and then it ended up biting us in the ass. But either way, he's going to get better and better, and we need to give his team time.
But hey, look,
encouraged.
Let's just give you the table, and then we'll give you your last word, and we'll be done with the stream here. United is sitting on 18 points. Obviously, lots of teams haven't played. Liverpool, we're tied on points with Liverpool, which is good, but they have a game in hand. Sunderland, Bournemouth as well. Tottenham, 18. So we're right up there. Arsenal has the gap, but we all know they're going to bottle that.
Matter of time.
It's a matter of time. So, you look at the table, which we're not supposed to do, and we're good.
We're right in the mix. I mean, the thing is, it's been like this every last few seasons. Like this, first, there's usually a big gap. There was last year with Liverpool, and then like second to 10th is like decided by 4 points. It's like it's so many teams up in the mist.
3 draws, 3 losses,
undefeated. 2 away, tough
5.
That's important.
The question, the next game has to be a win, right? And so
Everton at home, like come on, baby, right? Everton at home, that's got to be performance. Where United, and then it gets challenging. Palace away is really hard.
You do
but Wolves, we got to be able to beat. West Ham are in the mud. Bournemouth are good. Villa are always tricky, and then it gets to Boxing Day.
Like I said,
Wolves again.
It comes down to mid-January. You could literally be.
You can go on a run here though, but look at this. Look at these games. Burnley leads.
Mid-Jan, you could literally be straight in European positions, and we're back. We're back, but you could also just let these fixtures just kill us. So
it's true. Everton home. You got to keep the fortress building. If we can get a big win there, just like a comfortable win. Everton always tricky with Grealish. That team, they've got goal scorers in them. But that would be an important, just like some momentum coming out of international break before Palace. Palace is going to be a really tough game at Selhurst Park. They've had our number there for a while. We've seen them lose there. We've seen them lose there. We've seen big wins there.
All right, that's it for the Spurs recap. Whew, what a game. What a performance. For the American Red Devils, we're going to be doing more live streams after the match. We'll tweet that out. Follow us on socials. We also have our free newsletter. Check it out, americadevils.com/newsletter. You can support the podcast on Patreon, patreon.com/American Red Devils. And you can also go to our store, americadevils.store, grab some merch like these great hats, sir. We got hats, scarves, shirts, pins, stickers, anything you want. It's there online. Grab it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And we'll